for some people, they will never get out.
For Peter, a Belgian national living in a homeless shelter is just a temporary solution.
I was counting, maybe in a few months I have my own apartment, my own place again.
It's been 3 months since he first moved to Le Petit Rien, the biggest homeless shelter in Belgium, with 120 beds which social workers say are usually full. The problem of homelessness in Belgium is difficult to quantify due to the lack of reliable data. The most recent national report puts the number at 17,000, although the actual figure is considered to be much higher. The right to shelter is part of the country's constitution, yet social accommodation makes up only 6% of all housing, the lowest proportion in the European Union, according to the Belgian Ministry of Social Integration. When we took this footage, the vacancies in the biggest shelter in the country were in the single digits.
People arrive here because they have no home. They have big financial problems, and they are lost.
Vinciane, one of the 21 social workers, has worked here for the last 10 years. She oversees about 10 cases, and each one, she says, is unique. Yet the most common reason for ending up in the homeless shelter, she claims, is financial hardship, such is the case of Peter. He moved to the Philippines to be with his wife.
So I sold everything that I had here, so I went there. Been living there for about 5 months. I've got shot over there, so I didn't want to stay there anymore, so I came back here to Belgium and I had nothing anymore.
That's when he heard about Le Petit Rien.
It's better than outside because it's quite cold out there, and here you have a roof over your head and you have food. You have anything you want.
Like Peter, Vincent also went to a foreign country in search of a better life. The 43-year-old left his native Congo for a fresh start in Belgium, but he quickly found himself alone.
I'm here for 3 weeks now. I came because my brothers put me out of the house. It's difficult to ask anyone who is hiring a house to welcome you. It's very difficult. I must count on myself.
In exchange for living in the house, the residents also have responsibilities. They're assigned different chores, from preparing the meals for their fellow mates to selling refreshments in the social room. The Belgian government provides only 15% of the funding necessary to run the house. The rest is about self-sufficiency. The shelter gets most of its funding from this second-hand store, and if you look around, all of the items here are donated, and the proceeds from the sale go towards maintaining and helping the shelter, as well as towards other social projects, but the majority go towards the shelter. The store, which is located on the same block as the shelter, is the biggest of 17 similar shops around the country. And manager Thibaut Henry says the low prices attract plenty of customers.
Usually the shop opens at 12 o'clock, and you have like 60 or 70 people waiting for the opening of the shop. The annual transfer for all the shops in Brussels to social actions is just beneath the €1 million annually.
Some of the shelter residents also help out in the store as part of their chores. They can stay for a maximum of 2 years in the shelter. Once this period is over, they have to go out and try to make it on their own.
Outside, they live alone, without social workers, and then they're lost. Without us, without the house, they cannot live alone.
Perhaps the most difficult part, Vinciane says, is to motivate the residents to help themselves.
They're depressed, they don't want, they don't care.
The numbers show only 10 to 15% find jobs to support themselves and become independent. Peter was one of these success stories. He recently started working full-time as a truck driver. Unfortunately, an accident at work left him badly injured.
Shoulder is broken and all my face is broken.
Despite the misfortune, he is determined to get back to work as soon as he recovers.
For me, it was a new start for me, you know. This is just passing by here. This is just passing by temporarily.
Vincent shares the same optimism. He dreams of reuniting with his wife and children who are now in Congo. But he also realizes that this would require hard work and commitment on his part.
That's life. We cannot imagine the future. It's very difficult to imagine the future, but I'm here. Yeah, to have work, yeah, I can change.
These are just 2 stories. Many more remain untold. Moya, Press TV, Brussels.